class. Today is day 4 of our animal research project. Okay, now as always, the first thing you need to start with is going to your assignments for this week to find out what to do. Okay, so when you're on your Google Classroom, right, you look for the topic titled Week of 5/11 to 5/15, right? And then you're going to go to the assignments for this week and click on that Google Slides. Okay, and over here on the side, you'll be able to scroll down and you're going to click on Thursdays because today is Thursday. Now, I do want to mention, if you did not finish the other days for the animal research project, please make sure you go back and do those activities first. Okay, you will have time next week to complete any work that you did not finish for your animal research project. You will be able to complete it next week. Okay, but I do want you to complete them in the order that I presented them. So let's say, today's Thursday, but you didn't do Monday's work yet, right? Start with Monday, do Monday's animal research project assignments, okay? And then go on to Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, okay? As I mentioned, you will have time next week to catch up, okay? All right, but if you are ready for Thursdays, this is what you're gonna do, okay? As always, every day I have a video, okay? Make sure you watch this video first, okay, as I'm going over the directions of what to do for today. Okay, so please, it's very important, watch the video first. Okay, don't try to do the assignment until you've watched the video. After you've watched the video, you're then going to click here to learn more about your animal research project day 4. So I'm going to click here. And this slide, it will look very similar, right, to the other slides. Okay, we're going to click here to view our class web mix with research sources. They're going to be the same sources that you've been looking at all week long. But the difference about today, you're now going to be taking notes on what your animal eats. Okay, so today you'll be looking at those sources and only looking for information about what your animal eats, right, and how they eat. How do they find their food? What body parts do they use to eat? Things all about how they eat, what they eat, okay? All right, so I'm going to click here. It's going to take us to our Symbaloo page. And remember, whatever animal you're doing your project on, those are the pictures you're going to click on, and they will take you to websites all about that animal. So remember, my example is the hippos, right? I'm doing my project on hippos. So to find information about what they eat, I'm going to click on it. It will open up in a new tab, and then I will go through. And when you're looking for anything about what they eat, you want to look for pictures or words that deal with eating and food. See how it says food here? And then it says plants. So that tells me hippos eat plants, and they are considered herbivores. Okay, herbivores are any animal that eat plants, okay, like grass, right? So they are herbivores. So that is information I would take notes on, right? I would write down on a piece of paper. Okay, and then I would keep going through the source and seeing if there's anything else. Right here it says, great big grazers. Hippos eat the short grass that grows near their watery homes. So this paragraph may tell me some information about what they eat. Okay, then I'll keep going down. Hold it. It says, they can store 2 days worth of grass in its stomach. Now that is also about what they eat, right? It's how much they can eat. So that's really interesting and important as well. So I would include that. Okay, now when you are done with the one website you are looking at, make sure you wrote down your notes and then you exit out of it. Because if you leave it open, you're going to end up having a lot of tabs open and then it'll start to get confusing. So I'm going to exit out of it. And then you would go on to the next website, right? So look at all your websites and videos, but remember, you can also use Epic. Okay, so I'm going to click on Epic to remind you how you can find books about your animal. Okay, to sign in, you use the code. And then you'll find your name and click on it. I'm going to click on the student account. And then you go up here at the top and click on mailbox. Any books that I've assigned to you will be here. So my animal is hippo, so I have hippo books. Again, I'm going to click on a book and look for any information about what they eat. Right here, it mentions hippos are herbivores. And I remember from the other site that herbivores, okay, mean that they eat plants. So I would go through and read this paragraph to learn about what they eat and how they eat. Okay, I'm going to show you another book and how you can use a table of contents to help you find, instead of going through and clicking on every page and reading everything again, you can just go to table of contents and find, what does a hippo eat? Oh, that might tell me what they eat. Page 15. So I'm going to go to page 15. And see, the page numbers are down here at the bottom. Keep going. Oh, there's 15. So this is where it starts talking about what they eat. And I know if I keep going, there'll be more information to read about what they eat. Okay? All right, now I already went through and found some information about hippos and what they eat. So here are some things that I found. Remember, it's very important that when you're looking through these sources, you take notes. Okay, take notes on anything about what your animal eats. So the key words you want to look for when you are looking for information, eat or eats, right? The word food. Okay, and then your animal is either going to be a herbivore, which means that they eat plants, or your animal might be a carnivore, which means they eat meat. So an example of a carnivore would be a tiger, right? Because they eat meat. Okay, but a herbivore, right, means they only eat plants. Like the hippos, they only eat plants and fruit. Okay, so I went through, found some facts. A few of them would include hippos mainly eat short grass that grows near their watery homes. They look for food at night. So remember, it doesn't have to just be about what they eat, but how do they find it? What body parts do they use? I know I have another sentence. They use their noses to find tasty food. Okay, so it can be anything like that, anything that deals with them eating and getting food. Okay? All right, now that you have found your information, I'm going to click out of Epic because I'm done looking at those books. And I can actually click out of the Symbaloo page now that I took my notes, right? I don't need to go back and find any more information. So I'm going to close out of that. And then it says at the bottom to complete slide 1 for the What My Animal Eats assignment in Google Classroom, found under the topic Animal Research Project. And it's going to look like this page right here. So I'm going to go back into my Google Classroom under classwork. And now remember, I'm not going to find it under the week of. Okay, I'm going to go over here on the side and click on Animal Research Project. That's very important. Click on that, and this will be all the assignments for our Animal Research Project. Now I'm going to scroll down because I haven't assigned it to you yet, but when I do, it will be up at the top, okay? What my animal eats. So today's Thursday, so we're only going to be working on slide 1. Okay, we're going to be filling out the graphic organizer. Tomorrow, you will then use this graphic organizer to write your paragraph. Okay, let's click on it. What my animal eats. Okay, and look, it looks very similar to the one we did the last 2 days, right? About where my animal lives. So it's the same type of format. So again, I'm going to click here and I'm going to move the little cursor so I could delete, type here, and I'm going to type my name. Okay. Then main topic will be your beginning sentence. So I'm going to click here so I can delete this. Okay, and I'm going to have my beginning sentence say, I am going to tell you what hippos eat. Okay, now your beginning sentence can look like this as long as you put your own animal, right? Or you can even use different words, right? You could say, I'm going to tell you what hippos find for food, right? Anything like that about eating, about food would work, okay? All right, now for detail 1, this is your first detail about what your animal eats. So I'm going to mention that they are herbivores. Hippos are herbivores because they eat plants. Okay. I'm going to go to detail 2. Going to delete this and then write my sentence. And we're going to see how I'm starting it with a capital letter. Okay, you're making it a lot easier for yourself for your paragraph tomorrow by making your sentences with a capital letter now. So then all you have to do tomorrow is copy whatever you wrote here. Okay, so I'm going to say hippos, and I could use either hippos or they, right? I can call them they if I want. Let's see, I have a lot of good information. I think I'm going to include this one. Hippos mainly eat short grass that grows near their watery homes. Okay. Now for detail 3. Now, see how there's 3 details? If you want to include more in the boxes because you have more details about what they eat, you can, right? You can always write more than 5 sentences. So, but at least you need to have 3 details. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to say, they can store 2 days worth of grass in its stomach so they don't have to search for food as often, right? I read that they don't have to eat every day, right? They get so much food and they could store so much in their stomach that they can actually go 3 weeks without eating. I thought that was really interesting. So I'm going to include this sentence here. And if I wanted to, I can go back and add that other information that I just said to provide more detail, okay? All right, but now I'm going to do my closing sentence. So I clicked in the box, okay, and then I'm going to type my closing sentence. Now you know what hippos eat. And again, your closing sentence can be different as long as it's closing up your writing, right? Telling us you are done talking about what your animal eats, okay? All right, so once you filled out this chart, you are done for today's work, okay? Tomorrow, you will come back to this assignment and you will do slide 2, which means you're gonna take your sentences and write your paragraph. I will go over that tomorrow in a video, just like I've been doing each week, okay? But today, only complete the graphic organizer for what my animal eats. Now, because you will need to come back tomorrow to do your paragraph, you don't need to click turn in, okay? So you are done. You can just exit out of it, and that is it, okay? All right, if you have any questions about this assignment or any other assignments for our animal research project, please ask me, okay? Don't just not do it because you don't understand. Please reach out to me and I can help you, okay? All right, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.